Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. Today is Buddha Jayanti, and we did not speak much about Buddha, because everybody knows a man with an excellent communicative skills just trained 82 and sent them across the world, and the whole of East Asia is conquered and embraced by this philosophy, isn't it? And of course, it happens to be Kurma Jayanti also. And Bhagavatam, Kurma, I did not tell you why Lord Vishnu had to take that form of Kurma and what happened between the demons and the gods and who gained what. And we know the purpose of Kurmavatara, the Meru, the Kalinga, the Samudra Mathana, and the emergence of the nectar at the end, the Amrita. Right? So, wherever we go, whatever we hear, Dharma is of highest importance. Today being Kurma Jayanti, we know how Dharma won. Even though two, beings tried to take the nectar sitting on either sides of, sitting in between rather, the sun and the moon, Chandra and Surya. And you know what happened? They were discovered and they were split into two, was the dragon head and the dragon tail. And today even we had an eclipse. That is only the effect of this. He takes a vow that I would swallow the sun, I will swallow the moon who got me to the Lord, or whatever it is, And as the body is split into two, the trunk is not there, so he goes through the mouth, either the sun or the moon, and comes out through the neck. So that particular period, the world looks darker. The scientific manner, how the shadow falls, and due to shadow, it becomes dark, whatever it is. So what we are supposed to understand is Dharma is of highest importance. Now, what is Dharma itself is $1 million question. What is Dharma? Every religion speaks about that, righteousness. Even now we start with Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. We go in refuge of Dharma, isn't it? Every religion, every religious masters, realized souls, sant and jnanis, bhaktas, and whoever it may be, they speak about Dharma. And only a person who follows this Dharma gains happiness. That we'll see in today's verse, chapter 2 of 66, which goes like this. Nasti buddhirayuktasya nachayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutasukam. So, yesterday we have seen the word by word meaning of it, and we understood that a man who is not harmonized in yoga, and for him there will be no knowledge of the self. And when there is no harmony in himself, meditation is not possible. And a person who cannot meditate, he will not get peace. And where is happiness without peace? Is the question. Ashantasya kutasukam. Without Shanti, where is peace? So, what we are supposed to understand is first, what is required is the purity of the mind. That is dharma. As we have seen, what is dharma? Dharma is that where at the kaya, vak, and manas, at the physical level, at the oratory level, or at the psychological level, where we don't think ill of the self or of others, where we don't think negative about the self or of others. Purity is that state of mind, always it is what you call effulgent, where there are no negativities, there are no other thoughts. Imagine in our own lives how many times maybe if a person is stronger to us, or if we have something to get in return for them, we are very, very polite at the physical and at the verbal level. But psychologically, how many times we would have assassinated him, killed him, abused him? Think. A purity is that state of mind where there are no ill feeling about anybody, and where there is a beautiful synchronization between the three. In essence, whatever comes to the mind, to the pure mind, the same thing we speak, and the same thing whatever we have talked, we do. No false promises, please. No sweet false promises and what do you call cutting the throat with a honey knife. No. No sweet talk at the front and backstabbing from the back. No. No sweet escapism. I know a lot of people who run away from the back door silently to avoid. No. All these things are not a state of pure mind. They are all crooked minds. So such crooked minds cannot be harmonious with oneself. They have that what you call friction in the mind, unable to face the facts and the truth of life. And such people, when the mind is so restless and running into escapism and this is how can a person sit for meditation? Even when they close their eyes, the mind keeps moving hither and thither. The mind doesn't get focused. Even you give the best of the asanas and seat and say, please go sit there and meditate. They try to sit there. They can't close their eyes for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Quiet, I tell you. Then where is the question of meditation? They cannot focus on breath which is happening constantly. They can't observe the heartbeat. Such gross things. Then how can they dive deep within? How can they go into the inquiry of the self? When the mind is so restless, 20 seconds the eyes pop up, they see hither and thither, they see what they are speaking, what they are talking. And again they try to close their eyes, something else comes to the mind. Mind has n number of thoughts, a romantic thought, a vulgar thought, a criminal thought. Yes. And again they open their eyes because unable to face how worst the mind behaves, and they want the best of the friendship in the world. If they themselves are not in a position to gel with or be with themselves alone, how can one expect relationship with others? I'm a bore to myself. How can I be a good company for others? Think. And when we don't meditate, how does the peace sprout? The peace is an offshoot of meditation. You cannot buy peace anywhere outside. You can't go to the shopping mall and pay him a lump sum and say, give me 1 kg of peace. Nobody in this world can give you peace. They can only show you the path towards peace, and it's up to you to walk. And for that, faith is required in the masters. Without faith in the masters and scriptures, how is it possible? Think. And without peace, we are in pieces always. Isn't it? So the fundamental crux is purity. Purity comes out of dharma. For that you should know what dharma is. We are not study manusmriti. Think very clear that which is not hurting the self or others at all the three levels is dharma. At the physical level, at the verbal level, at the psychological level. No hurt is occurring. So with this we conclude this session here. Thanks for being with. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru.